What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Civilization 5 Deity Old World AI only battle. I've pushed it forward a bit because, as you know, not too much was going on. This is now the final 4 turns before the results. I will keep going, but at 50 turn intervals, maybe less if there's a lot happening. But yeah, probably 50 turn intervals for episodes, so you'll get the next one will be like turn 300. Hopefully they'll continue to come out sort of regularly. I'm not sure exactly, but hopefully. I don't really know what happens if I run out of series at the moment, so I hope so. But yeah, I've skipped forward a bit. Not too much has happened. The wars that were going on were still pretty small. Nigeria is still fighting Carthage, although the city of Carthage is now quite low. As you can see, Nigeria and Rhodesia just declared war on the Songhai, which was perfect timing. That's the only new war that has happened in the last 7 turns. So that will be a big one that unfolds a bit late to probably impact the results, but going further beyond that, it could be quite interesting. Rhodesia obviously in that one as well. Egypt got really close. They had a unit here and it must have died, but they had one that was so close, just missed out. India has mounted a bit of a pushback against Byzantium, as you'd expect. India obviously a lot stronger than Byzantium. Russia did wrap up with Mongolia, and actually kind of a surprise that I didn't even notice till it sort of happened just now was Korea. She managed to squeeze in and eliminate China, but that was it. There wasn't like anything huge that we didn't know. I don't think it would have quantified 2.5 episodes waiting for those events to happen, most of which happened in the last 2 turns. But now we'll go through the final 4. Then next episode you'll get the info addicts. I'm trying to get the alternate one up to speed. It is crashing more than this one. I think it's because more civs are alive. This one, yeah, that one's got like tons of civs in Europe, for example, and other things. And looks pretty crazy. It kind of sucks because I don't want to. This has been really fun. End was a bit tainted with a bit of not much going on. Not much I can do about that. The other one does look insane, like some of the stuff that's going on. So I will be sharing that with you however far I manage to push it. It might not be as far as this one for some reason. I know it seems to be crashing a fair amount of time. But yeah, I'll definitely do the results for this one next. There'll be the shout outs for anyone who predicted the winner. I assume Russia's going to win, but you never know. A lot can change in the last 50 turns. I mean, it's not like Russia has done a huge amount externally, so there's a good chance some other civs have caught up who have been expanding over the world. You never know. You lose a few info addicts, it could happen. The Jar might be up there. I mean, they're gaining population constantly with these cities, all those sorts of things. There's every chance. I think Russia's probably got it in the bag, and I think the Jar probably have second in the bag, unless Rhodesia is really caught up as well. But yeah, who knows? I think I gave like a top 9. I think there was 9 civs. I was like, these 9 are definitely in, and 10th place is anybody's guess, I think. I gave that a few maybe episodes ago. But yeah, at the moment, I think could probably say there's a pretty solid top 9 with the Jar, Rhodesia, Songhai, Nigeria, Egypt. Is that 5? Yeah, that's 5. Netherlands, Germany make it 7. India and Russia would be 9. And then, yeah, like I said, 10th could be anyone. Maybe Byzantium. Could be Greece. I doubt it'd be Greece, but I don't know, maybe Carthage could be in there if they still hold on to the rest of their cities just for a few more turns. Britain's probably not in there, but maybe Korea. I don't really know what their stats are too like. They seem to be doing okay for technology. So maybe Korea's in there. Siam. Actually, probably Siam might even be 10th. They're probably the favourite the more I think about it. I don't know. Could be anyone in 10th, I think is what I'm trying to say. Could be a few civs. I don't really know exactly. Sometimes it's always a harsh position because a lot of the info addicts you'll have a civ that comes 10th. Just watch this war. I think it's going to be a slow starter. Obviously, pretty big war. We've seen a pretty similar one over in my Songhai Let's Play on the same map. See, this is a very different scenario to that one. Okay, well, Korea v Rome, I was like, well, great, we get a war. Not really the one we wanted for, but, we've got to accept what we get here. We're getting them in drips and drabs. But Greece should probably eliminate Rome, so that's one more civ maybe gone. Capital for Greece, I guess. Don't know if that would give them much score if they did get it done before the end. Don't know if it would change too much, but there you go, maybe. Just boost up in the cities list, you never know. Might squeeze you into like 10th on a list or something. It's that important at the end of the day. But yeah, I will focus on the wars. People asking that. I think it's a bit of a trick on the mind. I think I do check every war every turn. It's just the turns are so long, it does feel like I'm not looking at it. But yeah, as you can see here, not so much is going to happen so far. It's just units. The only other sort of active border conflict now, apart from sort of Nigeria v Carthage and the Songhai, so all along this border, is Egypt, and that's still not going too well. We don't need to be looking at that all the time. So yeah, I'll try and keep the focus over here, I guess, for now. Looks like there's some fighting going on here. I think that's Portugal and Great Britain. But yeah, that's not led to anything so far. Burundi pieced out with Ethiopia. Oh, some damage being done along this front. A lot of boat battles going on. But yeah, what is it? Okay, Burundi pieced out with Ethiopia. Yeah, they didn't really contribute too much to that. Ethiopia completing the Manhattan Project, which is pretty good for them. Rhodesia mobilizing some units. I'm not sure if they'll really commit to attacking the Songhai. Oh, but they might grab some of the islands. I didn't think of that. And they just settled over here for good measure. And yes, Siam piecing out with Burundi. Again, not a huge one, but it's happened, so there you go. But yeah, that is the only active conflict. Like, we can probably just hover around here till the end. Keep maybe clicking around just in case there is something we miss. I don't know, is this a new dot? No, I think this might be, that's new, but not super new. It's been there for a while. But we'll see how Nigeria does. This could be good. I don't know who's stronger. I won't look because it sometimes crashes if I don't do it when I first open. But and it will spoil the fun. But we'll get to see anyway in 4 turns, because it's not going to be over in 4 turns. That's for certain. This one will drag on beyond the results, and it's kind of a negative for both because it will hurt their military manpower to fight each other right now, right before the end. Did I get the lengths of turns wrong? 6 minutes, really? I guess it's going longer now. But that means 12, 18. We're going to have a longer episode. That is fine. I mean, it depends what's going on. Sometimes they're not so long. Sometimes they're longer. I don't know. I guess it depends on what decisions the AI has to make during the turns. Obviously, this city's pretty close. I mean, it definitely could. The mobile SAM on a road, if there's enough planes. Obviously, Carthage probably has enough to keep taking it back for a bit longer, but it might, it might help to be holding it when it gets to that 250 results time. Just, have it as an extra, even if you lose it the very next turn. The results are just a snapshot of sort of one period of time. Egypt, I wouldn't suggest this, from a humanitarian point of view, but if you wanted to weaken Burundi's resolve, kill some of these land units, an atomic bomb wouldn't be the worst solution. Sadly, I think it's going to hit Rhodesia wherever you put it, so probably not the best idea. Greece does fall. That was pretty. Sorry, Greece doesn't fall. Greece conquers Rome. So is Rome eliminated. It's a very small part in this game, but there you go. That's dealt with. But most of the action still here in West Africa. Rhodesia might get this boat. I don't know where the melee units are. These ones. It depends. Rhodesia haven't been yet, so it depends if they sort of sneak round the outside. Yeah, Nigeria haven't been either, so keep an eye. Looks like the Songhai responded, killed a few units to the south here. A little bit of interchanging battles here, pushing in with some paratroopers. Quite interesting. We'll see how it goes. Russia's turn. They are now at peace. Oh, the Tsar is fighting Persia, but they're not getting through the mountains. That is another one. But again, I would not expect to see any cities being conquered in that one, so don't worry too much about that. Just focus on this. And hopefully we'll get to see something cool, maybe. Maybe. I'll probably look up. Carthage is probably more likely to be the city that falls. But yeah, at least we can just focus on the war. I know some of you wanted me to do that a little bit more, and I'll try my best. But like I said, I think it was more of an optical illusion of the turn length. I think we were checking at least once every 1.5 turns. We're looking at the front lines. It's just that it feels like a long time because the turns are 4 or 5 minutes. So I'm willing to accept. It's probably a mixture of both, I think. But yeah, I will respond to that feedback, try and show you a bit more. Luckily now is an easy time to do so, because I can sort of just leave it here and chat about what's going on. Don't think too much is going on elsewhere apart from growing population. Nothing else super exciting that we're going to miss by not looking at them. Maybe some more advanced technologies, but I'm guessing Russia's already at the end, so there's not really many units left, like the stealth bomber. I haven't seen any of those, but they're not that good, so maybe the AI just won't build them. What other units are? The giant death robots are very rare. Everyone's normally used all their uranium, got it stored in their nukes, and it's just not. It's a pretty cool unit, and it's pretty useful for conquering cities if you want to, you don't want to leave your melee units too close to a city. You can just jump there and run in with the giant death robot. It's pretty good for conquering cities, to be fair, but the AI very rarely builds them. The only reason they might build one is if nuclear non-proliferation is passed. I don't think it has been, so seems unlikely. I'm just trying to think, is there any other really advanced units? The rocket ship cruiser, the missile cruisers. I don't know if anyone's got some of those. A lot of battleships. I don't know who would have them. to be honest. Obviously, Russia isn't coastal anywhere, so I mean, maybe one of these oceans they could have one, but it doesn't look like it. Or seas, I should say. I don't know if the Jar might have. Yeah, the Jar have a couple missile cruisers by the look of it, but nothing too special there. I mean, XCOM squads are the other one. I don't think Russia has those yet, so maybe they've fallen just a bit shy of 80 technology, the top level technology. Might be money or other things as well. Not all of them are doing super well. They still only have infantry. Not all of them have been upgraded, so that might be, some of the artillery's not been upgraded. So resources are definitely a limit. They do have a missile cruiser there, actually, tucked away. Right, I think we missed Nigeria's turn doing that, which I know everyone... Oh, was that a nuke? Some of these cities have taken some big damage. That one must have been planes, right? Because they're not going to nuke their own teammate and Greece. So, yeah, that was just planes from, I'm guessing, Rhodesia's coast in South America. Yep. All from over here, look. Fighters, atomic bombs here as well. But mostly the bombers reaching over, doing that damage. And Nigeria took a tiny bit back. But this city also took some damage. This one could have been a nuke, but I doubt it. Like, doesn't look like it. It's not loaded up. It's sometimes a bit slow. But yeah, it doesn't look like that was a nuke. It just looks like that was luck. But there we go. We've got some stuff. We'll keep an eye on this. Nigeria keeping this Carthage city on their toes. They haven't quite got near enough or got it low enough just yet. What are we voting on? Embargo, Russia and Germany. Okay, well, Byzantium, Rhodesia and Greece already embargoed. No trade with city-states. Yeah, that's fine. Autocracy is the world ideology. No happiness from wines, pearls, truffles, silk and citrus. So there we go. I won't be voting, obviously. Let's hit next turn. And see what happens. Yeah, Persia is safe. I don't even think... I mean, this unit is doing enough, but yeah, there's no way. No way they get through there. Go on, Egypt. This is your time to shine. You got this. I don't think so. We can hope, but it ain't happening. India is making some progress. They might actually continue to go after Byzantium once we go beyond 250 turn sort of limit. We'll probably see that happen. I imagine India might get a little bit more out of this as time goes on. They're making some progress against the city here, Mecca. Persia with another settler, maybe trying to colonize again. They've struggled a bit. They obviously lost their first one, which sucks. God, every time the AI just gives me hope. I mean, I'd kind of be annoyed if a huge war broke out now because it's too near the end. Like, can you leave it until we can cover it properly after the results? Don't do it now. But yeah, Germany v Burundi and Greece v Burundi. No real super importance there. So that's fine. In the future, I think... I don't want to take Burundi out. Burundi are kind of OP in the weirdest possible way. It's not like... If the Burundi weren't here... I mean, Rhodesia is still doing well, but you know how good Rhodesia or Zulu can be occasionally. I'm sure most of you do. I mean, Congo have just had an awful track record recently. They're doing well in the alternate one, though. But, yeah, they've had a pretty bad track record at balancing the Zulu. Because obviously, with no mods, the Zulu would win every time. Even Mongolia probably couldn't stand up to that sort of record that the Zulu would have. So we have to put more civs in. I feel bad, though, because Rhodesia, South Africa seem to really hurt the Zulu. Like, the Zulu just have no chance with those two. But Burundi, they're like OP in a different way. They're not OP as in they're always going to win. Like, Rhodesia seems to always beat the Zulu. I think Rhodesia is a little OP. But, you gotta take what you can get to stop the Zulu winning every time. Rhodesia definitely don't win every time. They seem to come in the top a lot of the time, but not winning every time. Right, I'm going to be ready. I'm going to zoom out so we can see everything, just in case anything does flash this turn. It's the Songhai's turn to respond right now, see what sort of damage they can put out. But yeah, Burundi's kind of OP in the fact that they just can't be killed. They're like, what is that? It's not a beetle. I mean, it's not a generic beetle. Isn't it cockroaches? They're like really strong, surviving, and just being in little cracks. They're kind of like a cockroach. They're just in that little gap in the map between those mountains. But they never do well either. Like, they don't die, but they don't do well. It's kind of a sad existence. I don't know. It'd be fun to play as them. I've done it, the Congo, before, so I don't know if I would. And I've just done the Songhai, another African civ, which is a bit unfair because I was trying to do one from each continent. I've done America. I haven't done South America yet, but I'm thinking about it one day. I've done the Netherlands. I have done Congo and Songhai now, both at the highest difficulty. I've done it in Africa. Who else have I done? Civ 5 TSL, not including Earth 2014. I tried Russia. That obviously broke sadly, but that was going really well at the time. I think I did Mongolia, and that was really hard. I struggled. We could maybe do like a Middle Eastern, or I've done a Syria actually, so I've done a Middle Eastern one, if I remember correctly. And then I think I haven't done it Australia. Oh, see, a city just fell, and I have no idea where it was. Now I feel bad. I can't have been that much. Maybe it was an island. No. What the heck? Maybe it said something else. Maybe someone's completed something. Well, I don't know. Can't have been. There was no cities close to falling. I'm scanning the mini-map with my eyes. Don't worry. I will spot some sort of random anomaly if there really is one. Maybe it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. It's probably like the numbers for damage flashing up. Here we go. Nigeria's turn. I think we might see a unit fall this turn. Although Rhodesia's is certainly the turn that puts the pressure on the Songhai with all those planes, I think, more than Nigeria. I think Nigeria's just going to... I think the Songhai would probably win if this was, 1v1, but I think Rhodesia will give enough support for Nigeria to come away pretty successfully. Doesn't look like any cities fell. Oh, in Nigeria's turn, a little bit of damage, but that's about it. But now it's Rhodesia's, which is where the damage really gets put on for the Songhai. Yeah, I'm just looking around the mini-map. I don't think a city fell. Maybe... Oh, I think Mecca fell to India and I didn't. After I said the first time it was close, and then it's probably gone back again. I think that's what just happened. There we go. But yeah, I think India grabbed that like when I first said it, which surprised me how quick it was, but I was talking about something else, so we missed it. Maybe it was when I was on my little rant about Burundi. There's a new... No, wait, is this new? No, Sam always had two and the Jar in the middle. Oh, there's another new Jar settler out this way. Few new Dutch cities. I was kind of striking how big they were already. I think they might have the ability that means the ideology tenet that means your cities are bigger when you settle them. I might be wrong though, because other one is at 2, but I think this one's been here for a while. It's just in the snow, and then since then these ones, well, these two in particular, are now able to be settled at 4 population instead. Might be wrong, but I'm guessing that might be the case. There's another settler for the Jar in sort of Mexico. The Jar is now called the Song. Another name change. It's just easier to stick with the Jar. I think that works better for everyone than confusing people who maybe missed an episode or anything. Which gets a bit weird. Yeah, I think it's just easier to use the Jar. Sorry if it takes away from some of the realism for you guys. Right, so here we go. The final turn. Every Civ's final chance to influence those results. Maybe get you guys a shout out. I mean, that seems very unlikely that someone maybe dethrones Russia in this turn. Be a surprise, but I don't know. I don't know if there'd be much. We could get the ultimate, kick to the teeth if a massive war just broke out this turn. I'm kind of hoping they just save it. Save it till 251. Then everyone's happy. Works out for everyone. Then I'll show you what happens in 25 or 50 turns or whatever, depending on how much action happens, really. But yeah, we'll see. India's final turn, we'll have a look at this, because this is a big one. How many cities will they end up with? Will they finish this off with Mecca? I think they can, because there's a road. I think this unit could get in there if they wanted to. So it depends if Byzantium can get it back again. Yep, there you go. So can they hold on to it will be the big question. But it's an extra city, may contribute a few points. I believe it's a holy city. I think I use faith gain in the results. I don't use total faith because some civs have just been saving since the start of the game because they didn't get a religion, which isn't fair. But I do use faith gain, if I remember correctly. So, holy city certainly wouldn't hurt on that category. Might sneak in a few more points. Oh my goodness, this is the turn. Oh no, the final turn. Egypt finally probably got close enough. I don't know if Burundi might kill them both, but Egypt, if one of these units survives, it means that this would have been the turn that they conquered it. Oh no, not on the last turn. I feel bad for them. Right, the Songhai's turn. Let's go back over here. Their final turn. They just need to make sure they hold on to everything for one more turn. If you start to crumble after that, no one's going to be angry at you. It just happens. Just got to get through this turn. That's all you got to do. I think they can do it. They're strong. They know what they're doing. They killed the Nigerian destroyer that was near to the sort of coastal city. This one's still roughly surrounded. Yeah, I think they've done just enough. Korea took out China at the end, which definitely expanded their land. I don't know if that would put them in a top 10 for land. Probably not, but that was probably the main benefit of this. Some other things maybe pushes them in. Again, one of those dark horse contenders for like 10th spot that might still be up for grabs for pretty much anyone who isn't in the top 9 that I set out. It could be really interesting because even some of the small countries have got good technology. Portugal obviously weren't always this small, but now they are. They're still going to have a lot of good stuff from the capital, so we might get some weird surprises with sort of the 10th and the honourable mention sort of category, I guess. I think Nigeria's been. Nope, perfect timing. They're going now. Do have a settler. Don't know where that's heading, but I guess, is there 2 cities here? No, there's one, which is their city, and there's also a dot on my screen that's always been there and always confused me. There you go. Now there's only one. It's just like a bit of dirt or something. But it's always been there, and it always tricked me into thinking somebody had settled there when they hadn't. The India-Ethiopia thing sort of quietened down as well. Just bear in mind, I think Byzantium have been and didn't recover this city, so that's pretty much the end of that one. And it is Rhodesia's turn now. Oh, and they managed to grab this. Okay, didn't see that coming. But yeah, that will go in the results as Rhodesia's. Songhai might take it back afterwards, but yeah, sadly, turn 250, that was the cut-off point. I think Russia probably is at turn 280, 250. So yeah, next episode, go over the results. Then I'll be coming back doing sort of 25 or 50 turn intervals, just depending on how much is going on, and obviously how far the game reasonably lets me run it to. I'd love to keep going. And then I'll probably have to take some time where there's just a few days maybe without episodes. Maybe I'll do longer ones in some of the other series or something, just so I can get the planned Asia AI only battle set up. I'll need to also finish my Songhai Let's Play, so there'll be like a weird period where I don't know what videos are really going up. But yeah, that's still a while away. There's also the alternate battle running in the background. I'll be updating you at that at the same time every step of the way, assuming it keeps running. But yeah, that will be it for this one. I was hoping the Jar would finish in time for me to finish that speech. Apparently not. I'm sure they're not going to do anything crazy this turn, so I will... There we go, no. But thank you so much for watching. As always, if you have enjoyed, please be sure to leave a like and a comment down below. Be sure to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.